All right, guys, we're live. Took me a little while today. I'm a little scared with this thing. I don't even know how it's going to work. My other phone is working. If anybody's on, I was trying to tag people, but I guess it didn't pan out. We'll see. All right. Always talking about functionality. The most important thing in the world is functionality. Things that don't function just
Don't work.
when your car don't function, it costs you money. When your marriage don't function, you get a divorce. So functionality is way more than just in JKD. So when we're going to take, let's say, something that is not traditionally known as functional, like joint locks, what we're going to do is we're going to attack a tiny little joint so that it doesn't take much pressure and it hurts like hell. All right? Fingers. So we're going to go over some finger locks. By the way, hello. How are you? Good to see you. So let's say somebody's to grab you, puts their hand on you, shoves you. Sometimes you get caught off guard, you get shoved, and then they go and shove again. People just like to shove. So we're going to go on the second shove if it happens. If it doesn't, obviously we don't do this technique. Simple stuff. So stand right here. Let's say I go, listen, man, what's your problem? And as soon as I go like this again, you know I'm going to push, right? So make sure you push here so you don't hit the mic.
Okay.
After the first push, and you see the second push coming, both hands come up, and this is what you want to do. One goes over the wrist, preferably not your strong hand. The other one goes over the hand. So you just grab. You slide off the pinky, sneak fingers into here, and pull this finger back. Keep this here and just roll. See how it stops right there? You want to roll. You want to roll to about here, and there goes that. And then what do? I mean, you can let go of it if it's not in your hand. Hopefully it didn't totally disconnect. You just go 1, 2, 3. Got it? So it's simple. Both hands have to come up at the same time. If you're good and the guy goes for a shove for the first boom, you can get it on the first shot. All you're doing is wrist and hand. You don't even have to look because you know after the pinky comes the ring finger. That's the best finger to break.
Oh.
Takes out the most mobility, takes out the most power. If you're a grappler, whatever you are, you can't close that hand.
Okay.
And we've done the test.
I like all 10 of my fingers.
You never
but
did
if
the
that-
test? Pull this finger all the way back till it hurts. Not bad, close your hand. No, look what I'm doing. Pull it back, close your hand. Right? Pull it back. This one now, close your hand. Right? Now do the ring fingers till it hurts. The ring till it
Yeah, I
hurts.
got you.
Now close.
Yeah, you got
You
a lot
notice?
of nothing going on.
And that's what happens when you tear this or hyperextend it. It depends how far you want to go. If you brought the finger all the way back, once this, it's just like a rubber band. Or I guarantee you, go home, grab any pair of underwear you have in your drawer and just go, bap. It's done. It's never going to go back. Take a rubber band, bap. It just doesn't go back. This will go back, but it's going to take a long time. So you don't even have to break it. You just have to overstretch it. That's all you have to do. And you just cannot close that hand. So if I have a knife, can't stab me. If I want to punch you, can't make a fist. If I want to grab you, can't make a fist. Can't take a grip. So that's the best finger to break. All of them, like you said, all of them are pretty, back up a little bit, pretty crappy to break, but that's the best one. And you don't have to look.
And move over past the pinky. Go
And you can
in.
dig in while you're doing it. So, I mean, I'm not going to do it to you, but you can come in here, see? And just get in there. And you can take as many fingers.
Yeah, yeah,
Oops, sorry.
I got you.
Sorry.
I
You
hear
can take
you.
as many fingers as you want. And whichever fingers, whatever you're comfortable with. But what you want to do is pull and feed it to here, right? But don't let go, right? So you're going to pull. I'm going to be careful and just feed it. And then you go. Because this way, see how that's as far as you can go? So you don't want to grab like this and just do that. You want to go here. Now you can go, look how far you can go now. Whoop. Okay? So the important part is feel for the pinky, slide off the pinky, dig in between the fingers, scoop that finger out, and feed it to your pinky. So you're going to go in, thumb. This is your thumb, not your pinky.
I hear you.
So you're going to, off the pinky, go in, scoop, pull the finger, grab it, snap it. If Kim would have been here, she could have been doing it to you. And then you do it to her. Fabulous.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you do it to her. Be like, what do you
I
think?
got 10 of them.
You don't
What
want
are
to,
you gonna-
you know, especially if you break that one. If you're single and never want to get married, it's not a finger you should worry about.
Yeah.
If you're already married and don't want to be, that's again, you don't have to. It's a finger you don't need to worry about.
That's
All right. So we're going to go this way so that they can see. We're going to go. Well, we're going to go right about here. They don't need to see our faces. So I go. There you go. Isolate that. Good. Perfect. Stop right there. Again. So you do the timing. Perfect. Again, isolate. So just isolate that micro, pop. Again, pop. Again, pop. See how simple that is? And you want your strong hand to do the grip. There you go.
And then, like you say, with the thumb.
See, but don't let it go.
Instead of grabbing.
Yeah. So just grab it and start just like that and start going back. And notice how much, go ahead. Just roll, roll, roll. Just leave it in there and roll. See how it feels here. No, leave it. Do it that way first so you feel. Go ahead.
Okay.
Keep going. Let's try to go like that. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Okay. Now do it the other way. Put your thumb in. Now go. See how much more you're going to get? You're going to be able to go.
So my wrist can.
Yeah. So you want to make sure you feed it into the thumb. Feed it into the thumb. So you practice slow motion. If you have students, you're going to show it to your students. If you're going to do it on your own, it's the same thing. If you're going to do it by yourself, all you would do is you visualize that hand coming, that shove or that grab, okay? But that's why you want to slap, because you want to get like this before they can close around. Once they close around, it's more difficult to do. At that point, then you just grind your knuckles to the back of the hand, which hurts like hell, or smash knuckles to the back of the hand, smash and rub, like what is it called, a noogie? Yeah, okay? So if you're going to practice it without a person, you picture it, and you're just going to come up and over. So this one comes up and over, boom, boom. Then picture, feel, bump over the pinky, right? Peel in, snap, snap, boop, boop. You're here, and then you got all that motion. As opposed to here, you only have that. From here, you have all that. You want that extra. You want to make sure that thing snaps off. You want to roll it as far back as you can. And you want a small circular motion. Don't make, in other words, don't go like this out there. You want to see how nice and tight. Right down towards his nut, towards his, what's that little bone? There's a name for this little bone, but that's what you're going to go towards, right there. Nice and tight and low. All right, we ready?
Ulna and radius is the.
I know this is the radius, this is the ulnar, but I don't know what the.
I don't know.
All that other stuff. Bop, bop. So cut, boom, there you go. Peel, good. Now, the same thing goes with this. Let's say you wanted to walk someone somewhere. The pain is so much, but again, the reason a lot of joint locks don't work is because people fight them because you're not telling them, calm down and let loose, calm down and let loose. And they'll calm down and they'll do what you want.
When you were doing non-lethal security work and needed to escort somebody off the premises who's being in trouble, did you tend to do fingers or shoulders, or was there a standard way?
Depends what they gave. Depends what they gave. I had a guy one time, because I always try to be nice. So turn around, right? So I'm telling him to go towards the door. So he's going to the door that way, and I'm just making sure I'm going like this. I'm not pushing him, I just went like this, right? So the first time I went like this, so go ahead now, we're going to switch. You're going to do that to me. You're going to stand over there, and you're going to do that, and he's going like this, right? And he's turning, and he went like this. So the next time I really pushed him, because I knew what he would do is he'd really swat. So as I pushed, he swatted, and I knew where his hand was going to be. So you're going to do the same thing. And this is another way you get into lock. So I went like this, boom, I knew he was going to swat. So as soon as he swatted, I went like this, and I hooked him. And as soon as I hooked him, he was on his way out, because I knew where he was going to be, because he kept going like this. So now basically his hand was, turn here a little bit, his hand was, you can feel where your hand, his hand was here because he's slapping my hand out of the way. So I put this one here to make sure both hands, I don't want to go like this and slip off. So he went like that, and I just put this one here, and cut this one in. And then I came up and over, boom, and turned him, and off we went.
Okay.
But see what I mean? It's got to be functional. It's not functional if I try to put somebody in a hammer lock like that from this position. And they teach it, but it's just way too difficult. It's never going to work. So joint locks, anything, all these are all joints. And the smaller the joint,
Yes.
you imagine your entire hand on that tiny little,
Lots of little bones.
that's like the smallest joints in our body are in our hands and feet, which is the toes and the fingers. Or like I like to call them foot fingers. They're so little though you can't even get anything on them. It's really hard. So these are the best joints to attack.
Yes.
Then the wrist is the next smallest. Then you have the elbow. Well, actually the wrist, ankle, then the elbow, then the knees, and it flips back and forth. So this is the smallest, ankle next smallest. This is the next, knees. It all goes in order, just like you can do the same thing to the wrists as the ankles, and the same thing you do the elbows to the knees. It works the same exact way. On the arms, the ankle is the smallest. On the legs, on the arm, wrist, on the legs, ankles. Getting ahead of myself. See what I'm saying? So As long as you start conceptualizing everything you do and forget about technique this versus technique that or this versus that, and you'll be okay. You shall be okay. All right? So again, I'm going to get a little closer here. So I go to push, boom, one more time, two more. 1, 2. Now you're going to go in and grab the finger, boom, feed it. See, you got to pull it. Don't leave it there. Get the fingers in and pull it. So okay, watch. Before, pull it. Boom, bring it here so you can get there. Don't go here and then try to stick this one in. You're using these to pull it so you can just scoop right in. See, and get it nice and deep. Get a full scoop so you can get nice and deep. Got it? Come on in to HFC. We got started already. No worries.
And I'm not wearing sneakers.
We're a small fam. Flip-flops, no shoes. It doesn't make a difference. Deep breath, deep breath. You sound like you're out of breath already.
I just was so irritated with the traffic and everything.
Which way? You passed it this way or you were,
No,
which way were we
I was
going?
still up north, and then I was 15 minutes late getting off Belvedere because there was an accident, and then it was like, I live up by Renaissance Commons, and then I put the wrong address in, and there's traffic at every light, and I just was just like,
Where are you originally from?
Jersey.
Oh, 'cause I was saying you're speaking way too fast to be from either Georgia
Yeah,
or Flo Rida.
Go ahead. Okay, so I'm good.
I'm Rod.
Kim, nice to meet you.
All right, come on in. You're going to start. What I like to do is I have a bunch of people that train with me online, so say hi.
Oh my God.
Stop. Nobody even looks. They all look at me. That's why I go to the gym. No, I'm just playing. And Rod, too. This is the Rod Pedro show. So I like to ask questions, or ask you situations. What are you afraid of? What's the situation that you don't like? If nobody comes up with good ones, sometimes they'll send me some good ones, or we'll get good ones. I'll give you some because I used to work in the clubs. And just by being out, stuff that happens. Like the stuff you see in karate schools never happens on the street. So a situation may have been in and says, hey, listen, Pete, this thing really scares me. What if someone was to do, and that's what we do. That's how simple it is. There's no sitting here going like this, because that stuff just doesn't work. Just doesn't work. So the first thing I was telling him is we're just going, I like sometimes, instead of just punching people in the face, there's times where you have the chance to break a finger. This is the best finger to break. We'll get into that another time. But this, they all suck. But if you break the ring finger, renders the hand useless. You can't make a fist. If you had a knife, you can't hold it. Just pull back. Well, I don't think that was me. On that finger, try to close your hand. You can't. So when you break that finger, you don't have to break it. If you pull it back far enough and hyperextend it, when you stretch these tendons out here, that hand is done. So they can't choke you, they can't punch you, they can't stab you with that hand. So then you just go over to the next hand, you break that. That's all. That's that simple. So I was showing him basically, so you guys are going to work on this. When the hand is there, see what he's doing? That's exactly what you're going to do. And you just don't think about techniques. It's just a concept. You're just holding and bending and pulling and pushing. So the strong hand is going to grab what you're going to attack, and the other one just support. There you go. And the easiest way is, there you go. So explain it to her.
Okay. Somebody's threatening your family, and now
Never mind, just this part.
they're shoving me. And oh yeah, so I grabbed his wrist in his hand.
We'll go here. I'll do it. I'll do it,
He's
I'll do it the
gonna
first time.
demonstrate, sure.
So all you're going to do is this. That's all you do. It's the first thing you practice.
Hit Pedro, not his microphone.
And then you don't need, you know where your ring finger is. You don't need to look down. You know, if you feel the pinky, you're going to slide into that little gap, put your fingers in. If you have even a little bit of nails, they will they'll open their fingers. So you're going to go 1, pull, and feed it to this. Now it's there. Now see,
Now you're in big
that's
trouble.
that's already locked there. So all you have to do is go to about there, and bad things happen. Go about there, really bad things happen.
So
Turn.
aren't they going to come around with the other hand and try
Oh no. Oh no. And the reason you do this is for that. Let's say he was to hit me with that one, swing. That's all you do. That's it. Because most people don't try to hit you here.
Or
Don't try to
choke
hit.
you or
They try.
something?
As soon as that hand comes through, you go here,
Okay.
and you get grab and go. Now, if you do this, go ahead. Oh wow. Oh. So as soon as it happens, that's why you practice it 100 times. And you practice this part again, this part again. So all you're basically doing is this, bup, bup. And after you practice that, you're gonna slide off, see where my elbow is? That's how quick it is. Boom, that finger goes off. Then after you do this, since your hand is already here, have you ever had your ear cupped? Your equilibrium goes to la la land, or your ears boxed, they call it. Oh my God. And if you get air shoved into your ear, it's a really bad day. So 1, 2, find that spot right there. You tell us right there, you don't have to look. Sneak this fingers in, pull, feed, snap, cup the ear, elbow his face again, thumb at his eyes, grab his head, headbutt him. We're not gonna do all that. Actually, I was gonna ask you to do it just like that. All you're gonna do, remember, it's super simple, don't overthink it. Just break it down like this. Go back and forth 2 or 3 times. So go like this, go, grab, 1, then he goes. So he's gonna act like he's Mia now. He's gonna do it 3 times, then you're gonna do 2 times. Next time you're gonna go 1, find the spot, and just pull back. Then again, boom, find the spot, pull back. That's how simple it is. You'll feel, there you go. Just like that, and you go, whap. You don't wind this up to hit him. Your hand's already there. Boom, bang, cup his ear. After you cup his ear, boom, elbow him. It's all done. It takes about 1.5 seconds. When you get good, 1 second. In 1 second, you should break his finger and cup his ear. And then if both hands come up, the sweet old never use your foot. From here to here is what you want to use. So you're going between, make sure your foot, spread your legs a little bit. Your foot is behind him. Boom! So you're hitting the shin bone. Short, sweet, and simple. Left hand comes over. Ready? Over, over. Pull, snap. Smack him in the ear. Just like that. Got it? Get over here. You're going to go first. Or you want him to go first?
I don't know. No, I guess. All right, I'll do that first. Okay,
All right.
so with my right hand, I'm going to just, there.
Yeah. Remember,
So you're put,
the main reason for this one is if somebody else to push you. Hey, listen. Or if they went to grab you. That's the reason you slap. By the time they grab, if the hand is closed, now you can't get to the finger. But then here, make a fist, and you're going to do it to yourself. Take these knuckles and hit yourself. These here, or these, and hit yourself in the back of the hand a couple times.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So then you take any one of those knuckles, you hit, you scrape across, that hand pops open. What do you do when the hand pops open?
Grab the finger.
Boom. See? I'm telling you, Rod. We got a live one here.
alrighty.
So, okay.
Boom. You might want to take that off so he's not slant. Not that, this one.
Yeah,
You don't want it to go up into, or that. There you go. That doesn't hurt.
No.
Ouch. All right, step forward. Come on, guys. Deep breath. Nice and relaxed. Benjamin, what's up, buddy?
All right. So there. This one here, and then this one there.
Yeah, you want the strong one. You.
keep them from moving.
Okay.
Right. Super quick. That spark's really easy, right?
Yeah.
Ben, my brother.
Just right from the pinky, right there. Grab. Beat to the thumb.
I know I'm a little aggressive with the grabbing. I grab.
Be as aggressive as you want.
Okay.
Rod needs some aggression.
And then.
Don't look there, because that's how you get hit in the face.
Okay. Let me try again.
With
Remember,
your
the
hand,
easiest way is, since these two stick out the furthest, don't mind that, just kills from my day rig or gig. These two are the longest, right? So you just try to slide those in. Once you'll know, because you'll feel that to yourself. You just slide over. You're being careful here, but you don't really. You're going to go down as hard as
So
you can.
It's anywhere they hit though. Like, what if it was here?
If it's
No,
a
this is
throat
something
grab,
else.
it's totally different.
Okay, all right.
We're going to go over that one next.
Okay, go ahead.
This is off a shove. Boom.
And can you
There you
grab
go.
with your? Is it okay to weasel in with your this finger, or do I
Yeah.
have to? Okay, does it
It's
matter?
always easier to go in with two. Always easier, and that's that. You got the middle one, but that's fine.
Okay.
You weren't on the ring finger. You always want to go for the ring finger if you can.
slide here. Grab. Beat to the thumb.
There you go. So now do the whole thing. You ready, Kimmy? I'm gonna call you Kimmy because you're from Jay-Z. Kimmy from Jay-Z. Unless you don't like Kimmy.
That's right.
You gotta focus. Don't let me get you out of line. Now remember, it's going to be easier because people don't usually push that high. He's doing it because obviously he doesn't want to hit your.
The boobs. Yeah.
So you're actually going to have, put your hand up here, you're actually going to have a flat surface because people won't shove here, but
Yeah.
obviously unless you wear one of those. You ever see the bras that women got to wear when they box? It's like this polyurethane. I mean, it looks so weird because
It's like bowl covers. For you.
yeah, it's like a cup for the boobs. So weird looking. The first time I saw it, I was like, what the? A booby cup. Let's go.
All right,
Who's who in the zoo?
Yeah, it is awkward because it's back here.
Yeah.
But I know because it's a boob thing, so thank you for not doing that.
Rod's a respectful guy.
Okay.
All right, now let's do what you said. We're going to go through, remember, you're never going to learn this in one shot.
Yeah.
And if we go till you get it right, we'd end up doing like 3 classes in a row, nothing but that. You'd probably get it, but you'd be bored out of your mind. So we'll do it. It's not like spelling words where this week you get these 10, the next week we go, you may do the same type. Let's say throat grabs this week, then again in 2 weeks, then maybe not for 3 weeks. It's not this curriculum thing because things just come to mind. Mm-hmm. Tomorrow, my wife goes to Publix today. This old man is going like this to her, and then the wife started doing the same thing out of the blue. She's there with our grandson, out of the blue, and she's like, she's worried about the kid because she had her knife. She was, I just would have stabbed him, but I got the little guy. What if this guy goes nuts? Because she's not good with protecting other people. You know what I'm saying? So, because I've never taught her that much anyway. So she should have known to put him behind the counter, and then just keep an eye on him, and boom, and then just go at this guy. I'd have gutted him. I don't know what his problem was. She doesn't know. He was just flipping her off, and then his wife started flipping her off. Old guy, 60, 70 years old.
Early dementia.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? So we're going to do a drill. You know how to do like that patty cake stuff? Mm-hmm. How simple was that when you learned it? Mm-hmm. You learned it pretty young, right? Mm-hmm. Just think of it as that. And this is actually easier because it's less moves than Miss Mary Mac. I don't remember. I know how it goes like this and all that shit. So all you're going to do is this. He's going to put both hands out around your neck, right? And all you're going to practice is, right? And it's the same thing. You always bring one hand to hold so he's not shaking you around, right? So the first one is, same one from the outside. And all you have to do is this. You don't grab because that's uncomfortable. Just lay it here. You just want to be able to control it. And you're going to go to that eye, right? And then you're going to switch. Now you're going to hold with this one, and you're going to go again, boom, to that eye. And then you're going to come over here, grab this one, boom, to that eye, and then go here, and boom, to that eye. So it's just a drill. So just keep your hands there. Don't move your hands. Don't keep moving your hands, because you'll grab it. Don't grab the damn microphone, brother. My throat, right?
I told you can hit Pete. Don't hit his microphone.
Go here. Here. So you're going to go 1, and it's just an alternating. 1, 2, 3, 4. Any way you want to do. Yeah, so you're going to go, you can go, the first one you can go outside, inside, cross, and go outside. So you just go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and you're always alternating. So hold and poke, hold and poke, hold and poke. Hold and poke, hold and poke, hold and poke. And you just practice that. When you get used to doing it, stop, you get so jumpy. I'm going to have to smack you for real. I've never hit you. You're always so... And you need to get poked in the eye at least one time.
I definitely don't need
yeah,
an
you
eye
do.
poke.
It does. It feels so good, right?
I'm holding here, then I'm up here.
But see how you're going like this? The best way is to go this way. So you're going to go right, left, right. And you remember, if one is poking, yeah, you hold, hold, hold. So you're going to go from the inside, from the outside, and then you go across. You see how you're doing a lot of this? That circular stuff takes time. So you just see how I'm going? I'm trying to go as straight as I can. And even when I'm going like this, I'm not going out here. I'm turning this, but this part stays tight. There's a rotation. So you go from the inside, from the outside again. Inside, outside, outside. You're grabbing this one, then grab the other one. And then as you get better, you'll be able, and then you start even moving your feet to it. And then you can start doing it if you had a flashlight in your hand and you get used to doing this, you could do the same thing. Somebody grabs you by the throat, you happen to see a flashlight behind you, and you remember. You're going to hold, take the flashlight, boom, in here, boom, in here, boom, in here. Because the motions are all the same. These people are probably hearing all this because my mic. Simple, and that's just a drill. And that is, if someone wants to choke you, what they used to teach us is you'd go here, right? You'd come up through here. Let me turn around. Stand right there. You go like this, you break this hold, you come around, you get in here, you put them in a lock. Too much. Especially if he's not flexible, he's gonna rip his, when you're training anyway, you don't care if you rip his arm out. But instead of that, right, wouldn't it make more sense? Instead of, send over there. Instead of going up, down, and all around, I just go, boom, and poke him in the eye. That's the simplest thing.
My boss was saying, just go for the eyes and then balls. That's it. I was like, all right, well, I need to know how to do it though.
Yeah, but it's the same thing as I saying, oh yeah, just get in the car and drive. No, boss, it's the Daytona 500. That's what I love when people just say, just this or just that. Well, just drive. No, it's not just drive, bro. It's the Indy 500, right? You don't just drive. Yeah, I got a license. I've had one for a bunch of years. But people think it's just poke away. People are going to be looking for that. So if you've ever shot pool, you know how if you get the ball in, you get another try? And if you keep doing that, you never have to give the other guy a try. It's called running the table. That's what we're thinking. That's our concept. You're going to run the table. So if he was to grab my throat, my thought is to get to a point, stop hitting this, you can feel it. There you go, buddy. Boom, poke one, right? Poke two. Hit the nuts. This is just like the top of the foot. Do that to the top of your foot, you'll see how much it hurts. So after you knee, instead of just setting it down, knee and stomp the shit out of his foot. He's gonna go like this. Once that happens, as long as you can see his face, if you see this, don't do it, but if you see his face, headbutt. Headbutts do not go like this. Headbutts drive in. So it's either this way or this way. Now remember, these hands are no longer gonna be there.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've been to the beach at least one time where the wind picked up and you got a little sand in your eye and you're hopping around like somebody just stuck a jalapeno. You immediately you're going like this and then you're the one blowing my eye. I'm like, blowing my eye? No, I'm not gonna blow. No, I'm not doing it. Just suffer.
That's 1 grain of sand as opposed to the finger.
Yeah.
And that's immediately, and now, what would you do? I taught you already before. If I went to cover my eye and you see this,
With my knuckles.
there you go, knuckle the hell out of it. So now there you start learning how to run the table. I poke you in the eye. I did it to a guy at a club, so I know it works. I went boom, because I knew that as soon as I poked him in the eye, his hand was going to be there, so I went boom. But you saw how quick that was, because I know how quick he's going to cover his eye, so I don't have to look. I poked and then went with a back fist, because I knew where his hand was going to be. Not that I'm a magician, is that I know that if I hit you in the groin, I know where your hands are going to be. They're not going to be in your pocket going, bro, man, today's the 10, go get a Guinness. No. Or this. That's it. Those are the only positions you're going to get. 2 hands up or 1 up and 1 out to put a barrier between me and the person that's beating the piss out of me, right? So it's simple now, and you're already picking it up and you've been here 15 minutes. Should have been 30, but in New Jersey, Italians are always late. Maybe not Italian, I don't know. Oh, well, I don't know how I knew that. All right, so, right? So it would be poke to the eye. The drill, poke, poke, poke. So you just grab one again. Now you grab one and drape over the other one. This is, again, what's making sure I don't need to see his hand. If I go like this, pull this out to hit me, nah. See, I told you when he was going to do it. Because I can feel it, I don't have to watch. So as long as, if I see this, and I see that this hand pulls out, guess what I'm going to do? Pull out. Boom, I'm going to elbow him right in the face. As soon as I don't have that there, go on, right? Just pull out and put it over there. This is a free shot, boom. That's it. Whenever anything opens up, put an elbow in it. Put a knee in it, or put a headbutt in it. And you win every time. I've headbutt the ever-living piss out of people. Poked them in the eye, back-fisted them, eyes, throat, groin. It's escape to gain safety, right? Escape is an E for eyes and ears. To, throat, gain, groin, safety, hit him with your shins. Boom! Or kick him in the shins. Escape to gain safety, fast. Boom! Top of the foot. Escape, E-S-T-G-F. E-E-T-G-S-F. I knew it was some kind of order. I'm not the smartest, I'm just really badass. Got it? So, the drill. Get back to it. I want everybody practicing it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. What I want you to try not to do is, because this is nice and quick. That just drapes. But people get into that wide. I want you to get out and around, but quick. See how nice and tight? Look how tight I stay here. Nice and tight, nice and tight. There's a swing, but it's not this. It's just to get that little
You'll notice how direct
boom.
Pedro's
Boom.
fingers going. Right there, right there.
Speed. Let's go.
All right, so you can try it first.
You can be the choker.
Okay.
There you go. Good evening, Mr. David Emilio Rodriguez. Ureña Pinganglis Bambolos.
Wherever the opening is, you try to get it.
What makes you fast is you can do a lot of things with Miss Mary Mac, right? But it's taught you a certain way, and then everybody knows it. And the reason we do it like this, the drill is so that if you call him or you call me and it's like, what was the second part of that drill? And I could be like, oh, boom. Oh, boom. Otherwise, if we just do, because you could do it however you want, but then we couldn't help each other.
Yeah.
Like if someone, you'll start when you decide. That's up to you. If you join and then you get on the Facebook group and be like, hey, Kimmy, listen, check this out. Was at the bar the other day. You have long hair, I have short hair. And blah, 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 blah. Oh, okay, but see what I mean? But if I'm going like this, step over here. If I'm going like this on number one and you're going like this on number one, or you're going, because you could just go like this, bang, right? Then cross over again. So now you're going outside, right? Cross over again and go inside. Come back this way, then it's a shit show. It works. But then this mainly is to keep it so that you go ahead, inside first, outside second, and then outside again. So it's inside, we'll call the poke. This we already know is just a grab. You could do this too if you wanted to. What's the problem with this? That hand is free.
Yeah.
That's why I'd rather go like this. This one here, see here is a problem because it's out there. So then if you to pull it away, I gotta make sure I cover. I'd rather not do that. Same thing with this one. But the thing with this is speed. I'd rather get, and you notice how it's the last one? Because if I do this quick, bang, 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 I gotta get here quick because he's probably gonna go here. Because this is all about speed. It's not about pretty, it's not about point, it's not how long it lasts. It's not like some boxers like, oh, I didn't knock him out because I wanted to put in the work. This isn't to put in the work. Put in the work here. On the street, grab the throat, boom, that's what you're trying to do. Grab your beer, your vape, get the hell out. Hey, listen, I got all kinds of habits. Your personal business is yours, mine is mine. Up the wickets, outside, drape over, outside again. Up the wickets, outside, drape and go. Nice and slow, bro. See, and then you just keep it going. You just don't stop. Once you're done with this one, you go right back and start again. And then go right back and start again. And then don't just go. And
I'm done now.
you start going. And you do it slow. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then you start picking up the speed. And then you get to a point where you're doing that. Boom. There's no such thing as what ifs when you're sticking 1.5 inches to 3 of finger into somebody's eyeball. I don't care if you're 8'8", 600 pounds. I know 8'8's a bit much. Let's say 6'6". That's a more doable number. It's The Rock. 6'6", 285, 290. Right? What do you do with that guy? He grabs your throat. You're not going to get in there and rip his... No. But what if his arms are really long? People don't usually... But people don't usually... People don't choke like this. A choke is a very personal. They're probably going to have their arms halfway bent. They're going to be in your face screaming, maybe foaming them out. Maybe that close. I've never seen someone grab you like, they're in. So as they're coming in, what you don't want is to get pushed into that wall. So that's why it's important to brace, because I don't want him using me like a bobblehead. Just start swinging my head around. That's what I don't want. I want to be here in control. So I can stop this one from moving, this one from, I can set up a little wall here, brace. There you go. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go.
All fingers or one finger? It doesn't matter.
I would go with one because it just moves. So when you do this, it doesn't feel like it moves as fast. This, boom, just a poke to the eye. Just go for one. I mean, geez, I know things. I'm just like, well, how about inflation? Let's go 3 fingers. Gas used to be $2. Now it's 4. Can I go 4 fingers in the eyes?
Okay.
You have nails too, so I mean, that's just. You go into somebody's
that's
eye.
Why I'm like, I don't want to pull
go
one
like
out,
this.
pull a fingernail out.
Imagine that far, that much finger in someone's eye. Just look. Imagine that. That would be.
You're not imagining somebody trying to choke you.
I know. I guess you gotta do.
Here's.
I just don't want to eyeball on my finger. Like,
don't do
it out.
That would never
like
happen.
Gouged.
Yeah, it's like a marshmallow on a stick at camp. No, This is not, that's not, and you'd have a better chance of watching his eye like jelly down his face, like if it poured out of a jar. But that's the mentality you got to get out of your head, because it's scary. It's scary, and there is not time. You start just like Le Mans. You start visualizing it now. You put yourself in the zone, flow state. I'm sure you've heard of it, and you're in that zone. And that zone is get the hell out of there as soon as you can. I mean, if you could be out of there in 0.3 seconds, which is impossible, that's what you want. And there is no, but the reason we teach these finger locks is, let's just say you got a crazy boyfriend and you don't want to kill him because he deserves a second chance, or maybe even a third, or maybe he's just stupid and silly and you don't want to poke his eye out. That's when you break his finger. I would just poke his damn eye out. But some girls are like, but he loves me. All right, he'll still love you with a broken finger. He probably won't with a patch, you know what I mean? You know, there's Bill, my pirate boyfriend. Well, he wasn't a pirate when I met him. I turned him into a pirate, right? So, and if you kick him in the leg and snap his leg, now he's got a wooden leg. He's 3/4 of the way of being in a Peter Pan movie. I mean, all he needs is a hook now. We got this, let's go. Do the drill. 2 hands, go. Let me watch you. She's gonna go. Grab her throat. You're gonna grab.
You're not going to be poking me in the eye. Is the key point here.
Okay.
Boom. 1.
Then do I go under here? No.
You could if you wanted to, but you could do
one's
this.
open.
You could do this.
This was at the last part, though.
We used to do 4.
All right, wait. This one's here, and I'm doing that first, right? Though.
You're grabbing this,
This is-
because that way, see, if you grab here, you're in your own way. You don't want to be in your
over?
own way from the gate.
Over first?
Watch. It's
I know.
outside
That's why.
through the wickets, right?
That's what happened.
So you can go 1, 2, but see how long this takes? Once you do this one, it only makes sense just to drop this one over, because
Yes.
otherwise you got to come out
Yep.
and around, and you could go here and then drape and then come out, okay? And then drape again and come out, and then drop this one in here and come back here, and then bring this one in through the ins. You can do a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
The simplest one, because you only need 3, like I said, we used to do 4, is just simple. Go up the middle, outside, drape over.
Sometimes I'm like a lefty with things, like I'm backwards, so that could be why I did that wrong. Okay, let's try it. All right, so if you're here.
That could be why you got left back in kindergarten.
Okay, wait. All right, so this is.
There you go.
Now I'm doing that.
See how you're doing all this? Just straight. Boom. There you go.
Okay.
Nice and quick.
Okay, so there's that one.
Mm-hmm.
Then this one covers here, under, around, and then
There
it
you
runs over.
go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here.
Boom. And then that one drops, and that one goes out, and boom. There you go. One more time. Boom. 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 Boom.
I wasn't gonna hate you.
And see, if you don't grab, it makes it super easier. Because when you start thinking about this stuff, just make a hook. You ever see those barn doors that they put on sliders?
Yeah.
My brother has
The
them in his
bracket.
house. Yeah, and they just hang onto the bracket and slide. Right? It's kind of like the ones on the shower doors. There's the wheels, and they go onto the bracket, and then they roll, right? The wheels. So it's the same thing. So you just hook into here. It's nice and simple. You don't need the thumb. The thumb is useless. Boom. 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 See, there's never a grab. That's just too, and it'll feel weird for you. This here is super simple.
Okay, I have to get this.
Yeah, you'll get it.
Think of it. Okay.
You're only, what time did you get here? I'm trying to get how many minutes in you on. You're 22 minutes in. I'm still invoicing you. Net 1. You paid me today.
Okay.
Ooh.
You done?
You didn't do all 3. You did the same one 3 times, if I'm correct, or am I incorrect?
No, you're correct.
Negative. Do it again. Outside. So it's an outside. Watch. Think about it this way. Outside, inside, drape over. I'm calling this out, in, drape. Out, in, drape. Out, in, drape. Out, in, drape. The hitting hand is in, out, out. In, out, out. Hitting, the poking. Poke in, poke out, poke out. Poke in, poke out, poke out. In, out, out. When you're grabbing, out, in, over. Don't think about all that. Just see it in your head one time. It's just like Le Mans.
You want to try it again?
Yes, he does. You better try it again, because you're looking better than he is. I'm about to fire him. Wait, I can't fire you. You're not my employee. Ooh,
With all the fingers.
the Cobra.
I know.
What are we doing here, Rod? 1. No, that's 2. Do one again. There you go. 1, 2, and 3. Good. Stop being so stiff. You're so stiff.
I am stiff. I was thinking that I watched a little Chisao, and one of the things.
Forget about Chisao.
No, but the point is that I'm not loose. I'm always, which is.
You ever been to Hawaii? You ever been to Hawaii?
No.
Watch them hula shows. Nothing better. They throw fire on. They do the hula and their hips. I'm telling you, when this one drops, remember how I was telling you the other day how to move the hip out of the way so that when you're stabbing, they'll do that thing, and it's like this hip can almost hit their earlobe, and they go. Same thing. Same thing. Loosen up. Watch hula. Hula's got to be the loosest stuff in the world. It makes yoga look stiff.
It is, and belly dancing too.
Oh, belly dancing. Yeah, they got this whole, I mean, it's like they're a wave. It's good stuff. What's wrong? You don't like my 3-pack a day voice, Rod? This is what I tell my grandson. I was like, this is my 3-pack a day voice. It's like, 3 packs a day? What is that? It's like, don't worry about it. Great grandpa that told you all about that shit. But he gone. Come on. There you go. Boom.
Oh, I skipped to 3.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Again. 1, 2, 3. Again.
Nope.
You could do that too.
I'm stopping short. All right.
Do 10 each. That's 7. Go ahead again. That's 8. I know I'm wrong, but I have to pick a number somewhere to start. That's 9. 1 more. That's 10. Now you're going to go 10. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Grab his neck.
I'll close my eyes.
Yeah, like closing like that thin flap of eyelid skin. I'm gonna close my eyes.
No, I'm just saying so he doesn't feel like he's going to really crack me.
I won't go anywhere near you.
Okay, good.
I have hurricane shutters for eyelids. There you go. Boom. All you got to do is relax a little bit. That's the only problem I'm seeing, son.
He's ready.
You need to chillax, buddy. This is fun. Who else is out here? Who do we got? Robel, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, buddy. All right, 2 more.
Open. We're done.
You got it. Opening is good.
Open the shutters. All right, so, and these are the things you start thinking about without getting, because there's just things. I had a guy ask me at a seminar one time. I teach a lot of seminars. And the guy's sitting there and he's like, sir, what would you do if you're on the ground face down and you're hogtied? And I'm like,
Shouldn't get to that point.
no, I told him stop screwing with married women is what I told him. I said, you only get like that if you're messing with somebody's wife. If you're hogtied, you probably did some really bad stuff, right? You think about it. And if you couldn't get out of however you ended up there, I mean, there was a lot happened from when this happened. I mean, let's start where you woke up this morning, right? So if you didn't get out of it, there's nothing anybody, I mean, holy intervention. You're hogtied on the ground, Jesus, that's it, or Allah, Muslim, whoever helps you. Because Bruce is not going to help you, even if he was alive. There's like everything else, law of attrition, diminishing returns, too far gone, the point of no return, any of those phrases you want. It exists in fighting. It exists in fighting. There is a point of no return. If somebody's got a gun to your head and you're in that position, I mean, it's going to be over quick. It's not even going to be painful, so you're okay. But you probably deserve to be there. You know what I'm saying? If you're kneeling, somebody has a gun to your forehead, you probably kidnapped somebody's daughter. You probably owe a lot of money. Quit borrowing money from the mob, you know what I mean? But these type of techniques, now what else would you need? We're done with the throat grab. And you know how much stuff I learned for throat grab? Dozens and dozens. I've been doing this 42 years now. Dozens of useless shit. Useless shit. It's what it is. Because from a throat grab, you need nothing else. But if something happens that maybe he's got these humongous arms and you can't go up the middle, right? Then you don't even need to grab. Just go here, here, here. Or don't grab at all and just start going doosh, 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 doosh. That's it. Because again, fully extended, right? Even though I am pretty tall. But it's just almost impossible. This one's a little bit harder. But you go in through here, remember when you're doing this, it kind of pops this one off. It's almost impossible. He'd have to be, I mean, I'd have to get somebody here. I'd probably say, how tall are you, 5'5"? 5'6"? You're a tall one. You would probably have, okay, we're about the same height. I'm gonna stand all the way out here. See if you can reach my eye. But don't try to poke me, just see if you can reach my eye. Oh yeah, we're gonna have a problem. And like I said, nobody holds like that. So if you got a really big guy, right, and he pins you to a wall, it's the same thing. This is very weird to do, and people like balance, and I've never seen somebody attacked like this either.
With their closed.
Yeah, so even if it's a little open and there's just no possible way you can get to the eye, well, the next target would be the throat. Obviously, I can't get to that. So you got eyes, ears, throat, groin. And obvious, you go here, and that's why some people miss, because they don't think that you're supposed to be kicking with the shin. That's the hard part, not the foot. The foot does nothing. I just told you how much it hurts, so that's why we attack the foot. Why would we use it as a weapon?
Lots of little bones.
Yeah, so you wouldn't use this to hit with. You wouldn't use your foot to hit with. You use your knuckles to hit with, your elbows. You look at your elbows like a huge old knuckle. And the head is a huge old knuckle. So you got headbutts, elbows, and knees. So if he's really got you out here and he's got 25-inch arms, don't go like this, because the second you do that, like you're going to kick a soccer ball, he's going to be wise to it.
Yeah.
So just find your balance point, which is why you want to grab, and just rack as hard as you can. Do not do this. Grab tight and lean back to hit. You don't need the extension. He's this far away. And he's pushing, you're going to end up on your... All you need to do is standing straight up. Spread your legs a little bit. Watch. See? Standing straight up. Right? Put your legs together. Slide that way. There you go. But keep your hands here and slide that way. There you go. See? And watch. That's how high I can go. How do you think even at that speed that would feel? I don't have to lean, and you see people with this leaning back, it's ridiculous. So if the eyes and throat aren't available, you go to the next best thing, which is the groin. And that's all we focus on. We're either going to go boop, cup his ear, cup his ears. Man, I've seen probably 2 to 3, 2 to 3 different girls just messing around doing jujitsu, and bops dude in the ear, and he's like done. Because when you're doing jujitsu, I mean, you're usually going to be outweighed by 40 or 50 pounds, so you really rustle around, and bah, accidentally, and then like, oh, and then you just hear this like ringing. It's now imagine on purpose, right? So if you can get the cup to the ear, and then once you cup the ear, look what happens, bap, the way you want to cup. And then this is how we cup. We go like this. Watch my thumb. This is slow motion. This is his ear. Tell me where my thumb is going to be. If this was his ear, okay?
Eyeball.
Eyeball. So I'm going to go boom. Oops, sorry, brother. Boom, in one shot. So I cup, boom, and I take his eye. So on the way back. So just like when I go like this, when I recoil, right? So I poke him in the eye, I elbow, and then there's my recoil, right? I'm already there. Anytime that my hand is here, it's already recoiled to this, right? But when I'm doing it this way, like a hook punch, where I was going to grab his ponytail if he had a ponytail, cup, I could get the other eye if I wanted to, so it's smash as hard as you can. So how do you practice that? Your boyfriend, girlfriend, personal business is your business, and you just do this. Hundreds and hundreds of times, and you get used to, because like I said, all it takes is just making it a little harder, right? Because you don't want to every time be doing what the hell off me, what's wrong with you? I'm trying to watch Netflix. I'm practicing, hun, just chill out, 5 minutes, just lend me a show, 5 minutes, because I'm going to switch this to Hulu, and you know everybody hates the damn Hulu. Watch it, boom, right? That's it. And you do the same thing with drills.
And as Pedro emphasizes, everything is non-telegraphic. So there's no winding up, there's no going back, there's no anything, because then you're telling the other guy something's coming.
How long, did you go to the same, let's just put it this way, did you grow up like in the same neighborhood for a lot of years or no? Did you move a lot like a military kid?
No, I mean, I was in Jersey until 10 years ago, and then I moved here.
Okay, so when I grew up, the same kids I went to elementary school followed me all the way. So I had friends from the age of like 5, 6, and 7 through my high school years. And then a lot of the kids stayed there in the neighborhood. So like, let's say now I'm 20, I decided to go off to the Army. Bunch of people in the neighborhood know me for 15, 16 years. I go off to the Army, boom, come back a year later. Let's say I was really far out or something happened. What do you think would happen if I went back to the neighborhood and said hello to everybody except one person? A, pretty sure they're going to find out. B, they're probably going to be pissed off, right? So next concept we use is running the table is one, which means you just keep going, keep going. So here's one, boom, then you keep going, 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 boom, 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 like you're marching. You step and hit.
Is like for Pedro, he's gonna hit every one of those shots.
I'm gonna hit them all.
For you, for me, that ain't gonna happen.
So the next concept I was talking about is if you're in the neighborhood, say hello. Meaning, don't leave that one neighbor out. You were deployed for a year. So we talked about the targets. That's your neighborhood. So if this target is open, boom. Ooh, now the face is open. Boom, there's my headbutt. Well, I'm right here already. Boom, may as well say hello. Well, I'm already there. Boom, well, there's this shot. Boom, boom. So all those targets is the neighborhood. And if you're in the neighborhood, you got to say hello. So you keep thinking, run the table, which is just go, go, go. There's no reason to hand the stick over to him. Or if he's got his own stick, to give him a turn. We don't have to. Fighting is just like pool. It's not like bowling where I go, you go. The most I'm going to get is 2 shots. I get a strike, or I go, and then I get a spare. I go, and then I get a spare. When you get a strike, you don't get a spare. I had it backwards. So I go, there's 3 pins left, I go again, now it's your turn. Regardless, there's no other way about this. That's how bowling works. Basketball, same thing. I put one in the net, well, now I got to give you a turn. It's just the way it is. In pool, if I get a ball in, I get to go gun. Then again. And if I get them all in, I just take my money off the table and scoot. I'm out. That's fighting. So you run the table, and if you're in the neighborhood, say hello. Never wind up, so you don't go boom, boom, boom. That's ridiculous. If I hit you, and my arm is here where I missed you, this is already wound up. Bang! That's already wound up. Boom! This is already wound up. Boom! This is already wound up. Boom! Boom! And you just annihilate. Oh, well, what? Yeah. What if you had a gun, a bazooka, a laser, 3 pit bulls, one of those bull mastiffs? I mean, people come up with all kinds of shit. Just like they come up for reasons thinking Biden is good. I'm not going to get into that. I'm on Facebook, right? So, forget about the what ifs. Forget about the what ifs. Because it's ambiguous. Yeah, sure.
And I think part of the philosophy is also that sometimes, you might think like, something ugly happens and you did your eye thing or you punched him or whatever, and then you say, oh, I got, all right. And then you sit there and, no.
Yeah. No admiring your work.
You get the hell, if you're not going to be in there.
What's the first drill? What's the first drill we did? You remember it? Yes, because you're going to do it right now. So, shoulder, boom, top.
Wait.
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
Get into the finger. You got to do the whole thing.
No.
Fingers in, feet into the thumb. Again.
That's enough.
Well, come on. Nobody knows my sorrow. Good. Good, good, good. 2 more.
What did I do wrong?
Nothing. Why?
He keeps looking like he wants to show me something. What did I do?
He just loves to show stuff. He's getting like me. He's becoming an instructor. All right, this is what I want you to do now. The last one, I want you to go here, nice and slow, feel in, get into here, nice and slow, and see, I want you to feel that. So you can tell yourself, you're like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do, right? I'm gonna let it go. I like that snap. I like the way that sounds. It's like strumming a guitar. So I'm saying to myself, where could I go? That's not the way I wanna go. You wanna go this way. Don't go out, because you could slip. Once you grab, you're gonna go down in a very small circle, like you're trying to bring this finger into your belly button. So now I want you to go 1, 2, just like that. 1, 2. See, you're figuring out how to get here. It's like a little dance. Think about this as the tango. Ready? Go. Let me watch it. Get away from the wall. You're gonna go through that mirror. And I don't know how much Rob is charging for mirrors these days. Boom, boom.
Wrong one?
Yeah, I think so.
Middle
Yep.
one. Okay.
That's why when you smack, put your hand up here. When you smack, you want to go here. Because once you feel the pinky, you know, whoop, there's the, got it.
All the.
Line those up, then snap the finger. Now really think about this. If I line them up, it's even better. Because if they're here, I got to go way there. If they're here, that already starts to hurt. So if you can, I mean, I'm not suggesting you line up people's, especially if they have this big old rock, and you're like, excuse me, why were you breaking that lady's finger? I don't know. I don't know. See what I mean? And rings are great if you know how to lay them out, because sometimes too when you hit, the inside messes you up, but this would probably mess a person up way worse because they're nice and thin. Turn. They're nice and thin.
This is
so
all
you
hair
can
color on my hands. I'm not like a mechanic.
Hair color? You're a hair colorist?
Yeah. So it looks like I've been digging in dirt, but it's actually it's hair color. I'm not grimy.
Let's hope not. Boom, boom.
Here.
Turn. Keep going. Keep it. There you go.
Yeah.
Now, there's a bunch of what ifs. What you're going to start doing, instead of thinking about, well, what if this happens? Start saying, I would go here if this was open. I would go here if this was open. Because if I go like this and he pulls that hand away, boom, I'm right there. I don't stop and think or fight. I feel my hand in this position moving that way. Well, I already know because I'm here, right? And he starts to get my face and do this. Boom, that's exactly what I do. Right from here, when I used to bounce, this is where I'd hang. You get too close, back up, bro, back up. Once I tell you to back up and you come forward again, I don't wait for this. If I tell you back up and you step forward the second time, boom, you're getting that. So I'm not gonna come forward because I'm way over here. From this position, which is good so I can cover, the only way to hit is that way. Because otherwise, I have to wind up, just like if I'm gonna throw a ball. So from here, the best thing, boom.
And that's the cupping.
Oh, yeah. And once I do this, and it's not like the cupping they do with the heat. That's a different cupping.
Does it matter?
Like that. Because once you hit, you want to make your hand flat. Listen to the difference.
Okay.
Watch. This is more slap.
Word on the street, you don't want that to happen to you.
Watch. All that air gets rushed into his ear. And that equilibrium goes shit show. And once you start doing this, listen, if you're having a good day in front of me, you're going to have a hard time. If you're in front of me doing this and you piss me off, it's going to be a shit show. Because like I was telling you, when I poke, boom, 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 boom. So I just did that you didn't see bang, bang, thumb, grab the head and headbutt in about a hair over a second. So now your eyes hurt, your nose hurts, your ears hurt. And it's just like a computer. Once it gets overwhelmed, it just crashes. Mm-hmm. Have you ever seen when somebody's really crazy, overwhelmed, too much screaming or whatever, what position they end up in?
Fetal.
Do you know why?
Try to cover everything?
Your brain tells you, we're wired, your brain thinks that's the safest place to be because it was. Mm-hmm. At that time, there was no hot, no cold, the thermostat was always right, dinner was always on time, everything, well, unless you got a crackhead mom from Philly, them hoes be doing crazy shit. Oh, excuse me, I didn't say that, Facebook. So your brain still tells you that, and you can't unwire that. There's no unwiring. When you go from an I, like I call it, to a C, it's game over. You're not thinking defensively. You're thinking just preservation, which is like, oh my God, I hope he goes away. Not a good place to be in a fight. And once you're there, it's very hard to leave that place. It's very hard. So, and that's why it happens. And everybody's the same. If you ever see somebody taking a really good ass whooping, whether it's a child, if you beat your children, in my house it's just called research. You know, we were researching. Obviously, my punches are better than his blocks. What the hell you want me to tell you, Judge? You know, he's got to pick up them blocks. You know what I mean? So if you go from an I to a C, that's what you're doing. You're not even doing this. You just curled and fetal because your brain is literally telling you. And when you're curled up like that, see, your spine protects more here because everything is now curl down. That's what's happening. So now the access to the spinal cord, which is, I could break every single one of your spine bones or whatever, your vertebrae. What I don't want is to start touching that cord. That's when shit gets ugly, right? And you're in the worst place. And then the base of your neck, because your hands are in front. It's one of the worst places in the world to be. But your brain's telling you it's a good place. And that's what you're looking to do. You're trying to turn a man or a woman from an I to a C. That is our game plan. Easy to remember. Turning them from an I to a C. Once they're there, you go bye-bye. Jump in your Alfa Romeo, Pinto, Pacer, whatever it is you drive. Right? All right, let's do it again. I mean, you got somewhere to be? Because we only go over by a little bit. All right, your turn. If you grab the wrong finger, I'm going to kick you in the bag. Wrong finger. Oh! I'm just kidding. That was the right finger. So if I want to color this like blonde, do I have to bleach the whole thing and then go? See, that's too much work.
Blonde is bleach.
So just bleach it and I'm good? Like, can I do like bleach at home?
No.
Wait, what do you mean?
You have to do hair bleach.
Hair bleach? What is it?
It might turn orange, so you might have to do it 2 or 3 times again.
I heard about that. Ugh.
If you don't leave it on long enough, it turns like Dorito orange.
Never mind, I'll stay. Hun, what did you do?
I hope the guy's not wearing rings.
I was at work and I figured, I mean, I know Kim said that regular bleach didn't work, but I've never listened. So I tried and, Oopsie.
Burned
you're
my
missing
face and it
skin.
turned orange.
Yeah, because you look a little Freddy Krueger-ish. Wrong finger. There you go.
See, I have the tell if you just feel for the rings. I have
See,
the
but
tell.
all you have to do is this. All you have to remember is that because it can be nowhere else. That's where if you go way out, because you tell, okay, I mean, you don't go that extensive, but once you like, okay, you know there's no more fingers, so all you got to do is go here till you fall into the gap, and then you stick the fingers into the gap and pull, and that's how you start doing it with your eyes closed. And then to do a drill, because it doesn't matter what finger, in case things start getting crazy, you start doing this. Relax. I've never broken a finger, so I'm going to go like this. Start, right? And then start practicing.
So when someone goes to do this, and
See how I'm
you're-
going back and forth?
and you're doing that,
Uh-huh.
is that hand doing anything at the same time?
Usually what happens is this. If you do it right, okay? Think about any time you're about to do something and your boyfriend's just such a nice guy. Every time you're cooking or something and he comes by and he's got a taser and he just bzzz, that's basically, think about what you're going to do. You're not going to hit him till after you're done doing what? Once you're done with that, so once you're done with the initial, then you might do something with that hand. So if in the process of getting here, the thing is most people wind up, especially if you're trying to break their finger, you're not going to see people go boom.
Yeah.
You never see a jab. You never see somebody come through, hey, what's the problem? Boop, with a straight punch. It's like, and it's a literal. So the second you see that, that's why you don't want to do this. You want to come through and go, see, you're all ready. So how I have that little, and then this is what you want to cover. And the way you cover it is you don't do this, because then this is here. You take your chin and you put it in that little, everybody has it. You got that little divot right under your collarbone. Take your chin and put it there, and then this goes up. The only place it's going to hit you is on top of the head. I've had 3 people break their pinky on top of my head because I know that that's what people do. They wild punch, and when I see that, that's the punch the camera can see. I go, they broke their finger. Because when I block, my hand goes up, and this is what I do. So you're either going to hit my hand or the top of my head. 3 have hit the top of the head and broken their fingers. 1 splintered his whole ulnar. Tiny little fractures, splintered or whatever they call it, all the way up to his elbow. Broke this, and this whole bone had little cracks in it because he swung hard, and I dropped my head hard, and it's like you're headbutting his hand. And you see, this is not the problem. They always hit with these. They always hit with those little ones because that hook punch is thrown wrong. You have to kind of throw it like this. That's why if you see MMA now, the guys throw hook punches and you see them, or an overhand right, and they turn it. Because see here, those are going to hit, and you'll see they turn it. And that's why they do it. People are like, what the hell, that's stupid. How can you swing? You know, like John Wayne. Well, probably John Wayne would have broke his hand. That's why you see these guys, boom, and they turn, so they're hitting with these. But the second you feel that and you practice that way, put that hand right here. I catch punches out of the air. There's where you want to be. But if you start that way, you see what I'm saying? That's why you just want to be ready that as soon as this happens, and as soon as he throws that, you're going to keep this here, and you're going to feel, right? The punch, launch. You felt. As soon as you feel any touch, bang, you go right to the ear. Feel, go up and over like you missed. Punch. Up and over, up and over. Touch and go up and over. So you feel it, but he missed. Doesn't matter if you feel it there, go underneath. There, doesn't matter. As soon as you feel that he can't be anywhere where you can't hit him. So he's right on the elbow, go over it, bang, go under it, bang. It doesn't matter, right? No, punches don't do this. People usually do this. Boom, so it's straight or this. So you're always set up for that. So that's why you always have that elbow. And believe me, just do that. Just punch there a couple times.
Oh, yeah.
Even if you hit with your knuckles. So now you imagine, just think about that. Just feel that. Just go like that with your palm. Now imagine think about how hard you can hit. I don't know how hard you can hit, you know. So you're like, okay, if I went full force with a close, yeah, your hand would be like this. So you'd be coloring hand tomorrow, you'd be like, could you open that bag for me, ma'am? That's the bleach. I was talking to Pete about that. Pete, let me take a bag and I'm going to show him. So when you snip that, could you save the part that says hair bleach? Thanks. Yeah, you'll mess your hand up really bad. So those are the drills I want you to practice. You don't even need a person. You can hang your hand. You ever watched the Lamaze class or been to a Lamaze class? Okay, well, good. Not really. Kids are great. I love my kids and my grandkids. They're awesome. But you just close your eyes and you're like, all right, you grab and you just go, pop, pop, pop. Same thing for you guys at home. Close your eyes. A nice little Lamaze, cool moss, boom. You just practice and you can just do 2. If you just want to practice this, boom, boom, you just practice that nice and fast, right? Or you just practice this. Or you just practice this, right? Done. That is from a grab or a push. The grab, boom. The choke, boom. The push, boom. You can use it for all that stuff, right? They grab, let's say there's this dude, right, and he keeps grabbing your hand. And you're like, hey, baby, listen, I don't know. And it's pulling. Boom. This is the other free hand. You know if he's pulling you that you've got to step, right? Don't try that because that just feels weird. So as you're getting pulled, that foot goes forward, boom, right in the ear. And as soon as you're done with that, boom, right with that elbow. And since the hand is back here, you're going to smack him, sorry. Smack him as hard as you can in the back of the head. You're pretty flexible. Even if you get him down to there, get up a little bit. Up, there you go. Even to there, wham, you hit him under the chin. That one sucks. Getting hit in the face sucks. There's just nowhere to get hit in the dome.
Say, when you go to slam their head into your knee, is it their nose or their chin or anything? Doesn't matter. Just whatever hits.
Just ask him what you'd rather hit. You knee him.
Saying what would you normally
Don't think about that. Don't think about that because since we're running the table, you're just going to get up here and go boom. It's hard. Remembering, put your knee up, that you're trying to hit with that part. Don't put them onto here because that's. See again, you don't want to hear. You want to hear.
So how do you get them on the outside?
You don't get them on it. If you go here, right? Boom. As soon as you're going to get him with that. That's why when you knee, you don't knee up if you're going for his leg. You knee straight in. Like cops do. When cops are going to walk you somewhere, because that's the common prone, they grab you like this and they start going, move, move. They won't hit you on the first or second one maybe, but they're going to nail. When you ever begin to hit there, and it's called dead leg, playing like football or whatever, you get kneed there. It sucks. And it's basically right where your middle finger ends, right in that area. So yours would be different than mine, but usually on anybody, you just do that and you hit and you're like, oh shit. You can literally go like that to somebody and give them dead leg. In the middle of a fight, you don't want that. And again, it's just like punches. Nobody would buy pay-per-view if the first punch knocked everybody out. So if they're not doing it and they're professional, yeah, maybe, yeah, it might, but it may not be the first one. But I'm telling you, if you know where it is and you're sitting here going bang, bang, you're going to end up getting it. But you have to know that you're trying to hit with the hard part straight in, with the hard part straight up. Don't try to bring them here. That's why I never understood trying to elbow into the gut. If they got good abs, it's not really going to do anything. The only places you should be kneeing are here, 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 and then all the way around. So it would either be front, side, there's nothing really in the back. If you can get turned this way and hit him in the coccyx, however they pronounce it, that's a sucky one too. If you got this, like I said, if you're flexible and you get one into the ribs, he's out. Just think about what wins. Fist versus throat always wins. Fist versus top of head loses. And this is stuff you don't need me for, you just figure out. Think to yourself, where would I let somebody blank me full force? Where would I let somebody chop me? Well, I'll let somebody give me a karate chop on my shoulders. Would I let, even with the soft part, would I let somebody karate chop me in the throat? I'd be like,
Try to avoid that.
hell no. Would I let anybody, even, you know how sometimes they spike like this, would I let somebody do this to me? Boom, in my groin, even if it's not the knuckles. So you just look at the win, the weapon, whatever you're using, and the target. And you take the best weapon for the best target. Some people used to say, take the nearest weapon, the nearest target and hit him with your longest weapon. That's too much shit to remember. Just know you want to hit with this. Where wouldn't he want me to hit him with this? And you're like, shit, nowhere. Good. So I can hit him anywhere with this. I can hit him anywhere with this. Headbutts are the same. Headbutts are the same. I can headbutt him as hard as I want in the shoulder. It's not really going to do anything. Now I'm hitting with the point of my elbow and I'm hitting him in the shoulder. He's not going to like that shit. He's going to get dead leg. Right? And you'll see all these things. You think conceptually versus if I say, okay, grab my wrist. When someone grabs your wrist, you step 45 degrees to the left, you turn your palm up, you reach from underneath, you make a little sandwich, you twist, and that's your, I'm like, I don't have time for all the math. I'm like 45 degrees. I'm like, is that like a temperature? Like, that's pretty cold, right? 45 degrees? Are we talking Celsius? Because that's hot. It's ridiculous because you're only going to be in that 45 degree position so transitionally and quickly. That doesn't goddamn matter how many degrees you went. Because they're going to start dragging you around while you're thinking fucking math. He's hitting you with a bat. You know?
And you get no gross motor skills when you're fighting
No.
unless you're trained.
No fine motor skills.
No fine. It's
All-
going to be a mess trying to
It's going to be
do
gross.
particular.
And that's how it is every day. This is how we do it. Sometimes we used to have a bunch of people in here. It was so much fun. But it'll get there again. But I got a bunch of people that watch online, so it's worked out. But once you decide, if you decide, I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't. What is your purpose of this? Are you going away to college? You have somebody harassing you at work?
I wanted to do it anyway. My girlfriend in California, I like weapons, hatchets, knives, and all that kind of stuff. So she was.
Do you do the hatchet throwing thing?
Yeah, but
love
I
that
like
shit.
them on my walls and stuff too. So I got new ones and I posted it. She's like, "Oh my God, where'd you get those?" I'm like, "They're custom handmade. They're actually from Ukraine." And so she's like, "I'm taking Kali in California." And then she was explaining it to me, and then I didn't see any gym around here that had it, and then you guys popped up randomly. I don't know what I was looking for, and then you popped up. So then I want to talk to you about that later. But that was the whole thing. Is I have these collections, you know, knives like fixed blade, knot, this, that, whatever. I want to.
How long has she been? How long has she been doing the?
She's like, I did it a week and I can break a guy's arm already. She's like, I love it. You know, she had.
Ask her if she knows what who bud is. I don't even remember how to say it. Who bud.
Okay.
You know how to do who bud yet or no? No. When my son comes in, my son helps me a lot. We'll do who bud, and that's straight from Kali. But they have a lot of good drills too. It's just like this stuff. It's very drill based, so you're not thinking. Even though they call it with the female triangle and step here, then they really get sometimes they're taking geometry and mixing it with gender. Really mess with my life. You know, step on a male triangle 45 degrees. And, you know, because they put the sticks. So that would be the male triangle. That's the female triangle, and then that's how you do your footwork. And you step and you go up the triangle all the way up across the triangle
It's
down.
kind of like dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, and I take a lot of stuff out of Kali because I'm certified already. The FMA, they call it Filipino Martial Arts. Some regions call it Kali. Some regions call it Arnis. Some regions call it Eskrima. It's all the same thing. Arnis, Kali, or Eskrima. I like to call it Eskrima because when you get hit with that stick, you become a screamer. You just start screaming it's insane. But it's basically knife stuff, and it's just an extension. You use the stick, so if I was to hit you with the stick in the head, bah! Then if I had the knife, I'd cut your throat, bah! Then if I just had my hand, I'd punch you. So again, they make it so that once they teach you the stick, it's a very slight modification to use the knife, and a slight modification to go into your hand. Awesome system. I love FMA.
And then me and one of my girls from work are going to Europe. I think I told you.
Yeah.
So we're going to 3 different countries, and
Ukraine, one of them?
I just
Too
feel
soon?
like it would be good to, you know, to American girls, going through, you know, countries and stuff, some sort of something. We might be in the backwoods, in the mountains, and things like that. And it's
Yeah,
like,
just be real careful.
Yeah.
And they're slick. I mean, they'll pose as Uber. Next thing you know, your kidneys are on the market.
I know. So,
It's like,
because we're going to rent a car, and my
is that,
mom's like,
is that Kimmy? Kidneyless Kimmy? What the hell? No, you really got to be
Mom's
careful.
like, you can get cornered. She's like, a couple of mine got cornered down an alley in Italy. You know, I'm like, well, we're not going to Naples, but so regardless, I would feel a little bit better because you can't even. I don't think you can even take a blade there. So if I could learn how to use a pen as something, you know, I have like 3 months to figure it out.
Same thing. If you have a little, I mean, I know women don't use. No, blouses have pockets here sometimes too, right? I know guys who wear the pocket protectors is kind of silly, but even that, if you just take the pen. Let me go get a pen while I'm at it. Maybe there's one here. It would be the same thing. Remember that cupping I just showed you? Oh, this is perfect. So I carry it like this, right? So if I had the pen here and you said something, boom, there it goes. I just pulled it from there, in the ear, in the eye, in the throat, and then you keep doing the same drills, and it's here. But that's why it's important when I tell you to slap hard, because once you slap, you'll feel, just like I felt for that finger. So you put your hand here, boom, I felt for the finger, so I do the same thing. I feel for the pen when I slap. Right? Boom, there's the pen. And it's the same thing. That motion would be the same. It's the same. It's coming from here going across. But you already know you have a pen. You're not going to go like this and try to slap him because obviously the motion, instead of being here, the only thing you changed is here. That's it. Right? Once you hit him in the ear, boom, and they turn, depends on which way they turn. Then this either comes around this way, the throat, low to the groin, back into the ribs. Depends. If you have a good cross point. Have you ever seen those pens? Some of them like $30 for a pen. $40 for a cross point pen. They're beautiful. They write so smooth. But that's exactly what you do. Grab and pull, or already have it. You know, why not just walk around? It's just a pen. I have a friend that used to do, I can't do it. He would take the cap completely off and back on completely. I'm like, dude, you need a girlfriend or a dog or something. Because, I mean, the whole thing, I can see doing this. Just pop it up a little bit and back down. But he'd take the whole thing off and back on. And then I noticed all ink in here. I'm like, you need medication, bro. And then a cop friend of mine would always have pens. And he'd be like, boom, he'd always practice that. Just boom. In motion, you don't draw or anything. So, all right, guys, thank you very much. Love you. We'll talk soon. If you have any questions, post them. If you don't have any questions, you're not paying attention. That means you know everything, and then you'd be doing this, and I'd be over there. Anthony Luff, what's up, my brother?